Hello guys, welcome to a new Get Rekt gaming news video, and yet again I have some spicy news for you guys today. There are some new rumors floating around about a new Switch. I made videos in the past that there would be a next generation Switch coming, like a successor to the Nintendo Switch, because the Nintendo Switch formula is very good for Nintendo and it's one of their best selling handheld consoles. Hybrid on the market. Not that it has any competition, because it's basically one of the only handheld consoles out there. So it's a very good formula for Nintendo, and so a lot of people think that there might be a sort of successor to the Nintendo Switch. And there are some new spicy rumors about that, so sit back, relax, enjoy, take a beverage. Let's get on with the news. So we actually had a Pokemon Nintendo Direct on Monday. I watched it and I was pretty disappointed with it, to be honest, because there was no Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, even though that was hinted at. Instead we got DLC for Scarlet and Violet, but there is basically this 4chan rumor that I want to talk about, and it basically spelled everything that would happen in this Pokemon Direct, and there's also information on a next Nintendo Switch system in there as well. And today we also have new information from Jeff Grubb collaborating that he heard something on a new Switch coming. Now, these are rumors that are kind of dodgy in my opinion, so keep in mind, take it all with a grain of salt. It might be fake, although the post about the Pokemon stuff basically was one-to-one and everything happened in that Pokemon Direct. So that's why I want to cover this. So let's take a look at this 4chan post. I'm a programmer at the Pokemon outsourcing company. My English is very poor, so I used a machine translation tool to complete this post. The theme of the DLC is Hidden Treasure of Area 0 and Hexagon. Version 1.2 includes dressable clothes as a reward for DLC purchases. Will include MrMaximumof and, sorry if I'm butchering these names, and Tetsunyosha. I think they are Pokemon, I guess. Yeah. They are the Paradox Suicune and Paradox Verizon Pokemon versions. One being Water Dragon, which is I think Suicune, and Verizon being Grass Asper type, which is Psychic. A mystery Pokemon with a green mask. Special terrestrial appearance. The third legendary Pokemon is a large blue turtle. We are working on a graphics enhancement patch for the new Nintendo Switch models that will be released alongside DLC 2. That's very interesting. What all this user basically said on the details of the Suicune, Verizon Pokemon, that's all true. And the new legendary Pokemon as well being a blue turtle. If you watched the presents, you can check this stuff. It was all real. So that's very interesting, and this guy is mentioning that there is going to be more DLC, which I find weird because Scarlet and Violet isn't really doing so well, and I think if I would be Nintendo and the Pokemon company, I would just bug fix this game and go on to the next game, because that game is kind of a launch mess with a lot of bugs, stuff like that. But hey, they don't want to give up on Scarlet and Violet, that's something I suppose. But this guy also mentions Switch models, new ones. And there's a new post from this guy, supposedly. Let's take a look at that. I am the poster of this post. I'm not going to leak any more information. I just want to add some clarifications to the previous one. The Hexagon is not the third DLC title, but an element that is displayed in many times in DLC. The special terrestrial appearance I mentioned is a new game mechanic that was not announced in the PV. Some Pokemon will acquire a new terrestrial forms. The new Switch model I mentioned is next generation. So he put this in Chinese and I translated it, or it's probably Japanese, can also be Japanese, but I translated it and it's basically next gen that he is mentioning. So not just a pro version of the Switch, but actually the next mainline Nintendo console, which I speculated on that Nintendo would stick with the Switch formula. Normally, Nintendo always does do a whole new console, but I have a feeling that because this is so successful for them, this kind of hybrid system, console, handheld system, why should they change, to be honest? They can maybe make a new Switch with some new features that will stand out from the first one, but I think the hybrid system thing, I think that will stay. And now we have Jeff Grubb having his podcast, and if you guys don't know Jeff Grubb, he's a very reliable insider, and he basically heard from his sources that there might be a Nintendo Switch announcement for the next Switch, shall I say, and maybe even a 2023 release, but he's very unsure of that.
Unconfirmed. I haven't been able to verify it. This is like, I'm once again hearing yes later this year don't go write your headlines, please, because it's like I can't verify it, so you would just be going on a rumor of a rumor. But it's like, man, why do things have to start lining up in that direction yet again? Because it feels like Nintendo doesn't even necessarily know. I think they do know they will one day have some sort of Switch follow-up. So why wouldn't the Pokemon Company get this game ready? Because they're going to want to keep selling this game on that system.
And to be honest, I'm also very unsure of it. I think we would have already seen it. Well, it's technically still 1st of March, but I think if there is indeed a new Switch for this year, shall I say, they will have to announce it really like this month. Because the marketing time for that is going to be very short. Although, does Nintendo need a lot of marketing time for it? I don't think so, because they are very well known. The Switch is a very well known system. Maybe if we see more evidence of, shall I say, these performance enhancement patches, maybe for Tears of the Kingdom, if we spot something like that there is indeed a Tears of the Kingdom performance enhancement patch in the works for this new Nintendo Switch, there might be some more evidence to that. But for now, we only have this Pokemon leaker that is saying this, and Jeff Grubb heard something from his sources, and that's even very skeptical. So for me, I'm just going to say to you guys, I think this new Nintendo Switch is not releasing this year. I think it might be a good thing for next year, maybe 2024, because we are at the end of the Nintendo Switch life cycle and it's going to end soon, but don't expect too much, shall I say. But I thought this was still pretty interesting to cover. Let me know in the comment section down below, what do you guys think of this whole Nintendo Switch sequel thing, the next system. Do you think it's going to happen this year? Let me know in the comment section down below. Let's have a discussion. Thank you guys for watching. As always, like this video, that would help me a ton. And subscribe to the channel if you want to hear more about Nintendo rumors, leaks. I also cover Tears of the Kingdom, and I also cover a lot of Starfield Xbox stuff. You see Todd Howard in the background, and PlayStation stuff as well, so no reason to not subscribe, I suppose. And visit my social media in the description down below. And I will see you guys in the next Get Rekt Gaming News video. Bye bye.